Well, hello, hello, hello. Patricia here, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, but more specifically in Alaska. You all know this by heart now, right? Hello, my crafting friends. How are you? So, we are going to take up where we left off on the last video, making a... what do we want to call it? A mini junk journal, a memory book, a grandparent brag book. I don't know what you want to call it. Whatever it works for you. Whatever it is that works for you. So these are some of the things that I'm going to show you how to make. Okay. So we left off with our book put together just like this. This is what we have so far. Okay, so we're going to pick up from there, but I do want to remind you very quickly, bonus days, we are still in the midst of bonus days. Bonus days is when you spend $50, or every $50 that you spend, you then get a $5 coupon. So today I was turning in an order. It was like at $188, I think it was. So I bumped it up to $200 so that I got 4 $5 coupons. And it paid for the bump up, plus gave me more Stampin' rewards and another bonus coupon. Okay, so that's the first thing. That is through, by the way, February 2nd. Also, this stinking cute. I just love this little pet kit. The dog with his doghouse, the bird with his bird cage, the kitty with his, what do you call a kitty bot? Anyway. And then the hamster with his little, just so cute. And did you notice there's also adoption papers? So if your baby is getting one of those and you need to give them adoption papers, or it's coming up to a birthday and they're getting it, whatever. I love these butterflies. Those are the newest kit. Those are awesome. We are also in the midst of Product of the Month. Now, Product of the Month started in December. Now is the second month of it. And this is the $5 stamp set that you get once you reach $75 if you want to spend the extra $5. And oh my goodness, why wouldn't you, to get this? You do have to reach that $75 threshold first, but then you can get that Product of the Month, or POM. Isn't that funny? If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you then qualify for the Paper Pumpkin add-on, which for January, February, and March coordinates with those kits. Beautiful, the flower, the leaves, the rectangle there, postage kind of looking rectangle, which, by the way, also coordinate with, where did I put them? The ones that I showed you for what we're making today from the 2025 12 Days of Christmas. Oh, what is that thing called? Anyway, I keep getting blocked in on that one. But anyhow, there you go. This Oh Baby book, another kit. Love these books. They are amazing. And then just another kit. Okay, so let's go to where we were. This was what we were going to decorate. We glued this bottom down here. We punched a hole here and glued this together, so we've got a little pocket there. We punched a thumb hole here. We punched a thumb hole here, but I noticed I did not glue it down. So let's start with that. And to glue that, again, you don't want to put glue on the big side. You want to put it on the one that's smaller. And we just want a little bead of glue right there and right there, just little. And then close it. And again, push it just a teeniest little bit toward the center so that you've got room here. Whoops. You don't want to pull that up till it's attached itself. And I've got glue running out of that, so let me wipe that off. 1 second. Just going to grab me a wipe and wipe that off, and I'll turn the glue up so that it's not clogging the nozzle. Okay, so now I have that glued. I do want to be sure I wipe those edges so that if I've got any glue coming out, which it feels like I do, just right there. So I'm going to grab my glue eraser and just, there, you can almost hear that it's gone now. There we go. And there we go. Now this glue eraser is not from Stampin' Up. It is on Amazon. And if you look up or search glue eraser, it'll be in there. But if you want a link for Amazon, my list, so you don't have to search, then I'll put that down below for you. All right, so now I have this. Now what I did is I told you, let's put that away for just a second, to select a kit, or not kit, a bundle, like a die and stamp bundle. And this one, I chose Charming Day. It's the same one I chose for the other book. And we are going to put this back in here. But this is the one that I chose. Put that in there somewhere. I know it fits because I pulled it out. But it doesn't want to go in. I think maybe it was this way. I don't know. Anyway, it goes back in there. I'll put a I'll put a magnet in there so it'll hold that. But I cut out the flower and I cut it out in white. Okay, so I've got that. I've got some of these squares and rectangles that I just cut out an assortment of those. I cut out this. Now what I'm showing you here, let me pull these out again, is I took just an assortment of things that I already had, and I cut out, let's put this back in there, and this back in there, and, oh, too funny, I started a movie before I came in here, and I can hear it running in there. Okay, this is Nested Essentials. You know what? I might do another one of those. So I'm going to pull that out. And then I'll just slip it back in there after I've cut it. And I might do some of these. We will check. But this is Textured Notes. These are both I think Nested Essentials might not be retired. But I'm pretty sure that Textured Notes is retired. But use what you have. That is the point here. Use what you've got. And I'm also pretty sure that Radiating Stitches is retired. We might pull some of those out. Okay, then I had also told you to go through and choose 2, 3, 4, I think I said 3 or 4 colors. So the colors that I chose, now I think I have an extra one in here, but I've got Lemon Lolly, Coastal Cabana, and Cloud Cover. Okay, I did also, Secret Sea and Cloud Cover. Okay, I thought I had chosen. And then white. Okay, so you also want to have white. So I chose those colors, and then I took them and just cut some pieces. Let's pull this one out. This is also from the same die that the rose or whatever that is from. So I cut those two. I've got these. Notice how I've got a little bit of repetition going here. I've got the same shapes, but in different sizes and different colors. I think I can throw that away now. And I just cut them out. Okay, I do not know where I'm going to use them quite yet, but they're here. Got my white. All right, so let's see if we can find some spaces. I might like to put that, you know, I do kind of like that there. And, or, okay, not quite sure what we're going to do with that yet. I do think I want this. So what I want to do with this is I also, since I chose Coastal Cabana and Lemon Lolly, I also pulled out those ink colors. Now, one thing that I do suggest when you are first getting into Stampin' Up, one of my favorite things about Stampin' Up is the color coordination. Let me show you. If you look on page 77 of the current catalog, and then also, let's see, right here, on pages 138 and 139, you will see almost all of the colors we have. The additional colors are on page 137, and those are the in colors as well as your basics. Okay, there's also a fantastic color wheel there. But these are the colors. Now, why I like all of that is because when you start with Stampin' Up, if every time you want to make a color purchase, say I want Coastal Cabana, then I buy the ink, I buy the re-inker. I don't have the re-inker right here, but that's what I would buy. It's behind me. And the cardstock. And then no matter what I do, those are always going to match. Have you ever tried to make a card or a project and you've got the color of cardstock you want? This is the cardstock, but you can't find an ink that matches. And that was why I started with Stampin' Up, because I wanted my inks to match. I wanted to be able to use the same colors and have everything in my project match. All right, so I've got my Coastal Cabana and I've got my little flower, and what I'm going to do is somewhere right here, here we go, I have, let me see, I am going to pull out a Coastal Cabana, and now you can wash these after you're done with them if you want, and then use them again. Or you can just put them in a little baggie or another little box, or not a box, but a container like that, and then use them, or however it works for you. Okay, so I'm going to get my ink, and I am going to color my little flower. I love working on my glass mat. There we go. I do kind of want to give 2 points of contact on my little object because it is rather thin and I don't want to rip it. So I'm just kind of pouncing it, putting color on there, or pouncing and dragging a little bit. Okay, now what I like is to have more color at the stem. So I'm going to, just right in the middle of that, put the middle of the bottom of the leaves, I'm going to put a little more color. Okay, I'm going to go right back up here to the top, put a little more there. That looks good. Going to close that ink. I think this must be a new one I've just recently gotten. Okay, then going to take my Lemon Lolly and get some ink on there and make me a pretty yellow flower. Isn't that just too gorgeous for words? Now, once I've done that, if I want, just like I did on the leaves, I could add some extra color right there in the center. Look how great that makes that look. And you don't really, because you've already put color around, it will fade a little bit and you won't be able to see that circle line in there. And you've colored it. So cute. Okay, now I'm going to put those away for just a minute. Now I want to put this on here. And I kind of like, okay, so on the other one, the first one that I had done, I had this square and the rectangle. So I did cut out a square and a rectangle. So we may do something with those. I did the other leaf in that. And I could go back and do that one. But I'm kind of liking that. Let's see if I put that. Oh, that is so cute. I really like it. Okay, let's go ahead and do what we did with this one. Whoops, they fell off, which I guess they should have done, right? Okay, so let me show you what I did on that. I took the elements of text. I love these scripty font things. And let's take, but you've also got just some grunge. And let's take this one, I believe. It will work for now. And put it on a block. And just something like that. Notice it doesn't even go on the whole block. That's okay, because all I'm going to do is stamp it on one of these, or even maybe both. Who knows? We'll see. And I'm going to go with... let's do the lemon lolly. I think that works. And ink that up real good. And just over on that edge, I think I put that upside down. But you know what? You can't even tell. Okay, maybe you can. Okay, yeah, you can. So I'm going to turn it over. But that's okay. All right. That's all I need there. But since I did use that lemon lolly, I think what I want to do is go back to my sponge dauber, pick up some ink, and I am going to put ink around the edge of my little shapes. Now, I want you to notice something. I cut out a fair number, not a lot, but a fair number of shapes and other items that I can use, and I don't have to cut out each one as I go to put this together. And I kind of like that. I like that I've done that, because then it's just the creativity part of it. And I am putting things together. Now, I should, yes, have cut out more than I did, but what I've got works. So I'm going to go with it. All right, so let's put something like that, those two together. Ooh, I do have a lot of glue coming out of that one for some reason. All right, and I put that on the wrong side, so that's okay. I'm just going to plop it on here, and you know what? Since it's got so much glue, I put some on the back of that. Woo, it goes on the front. And I don't want them lined up too much. There we go. I have glue on there, so I do want to be a little bit careful. And now I'm going to take the rest of that glue that's globbered out for whoever knows what reason. There we go. Put it on its side. And, ooh, you know what? I've got too much. No, I don't. I'm good. Okay, so I thought I had glue on the back of this. So there we go. I don't want to close that pocket, so that's why I was concerned about that. All right, I'm going to put some glue on my little flower. And I'm not going to worry too much. Let's see. I don't want to put glue behind this leaf. I want it on this one and my stem. Okay, just put a little bit of glue there. There we go. And I don't want to put that down yet because I want this behind it. And let's see, I want it something like, let me pick this up with all that nice glue on the back of it. Okay, I want to come here a little bit. So this leaf is going to hang over. So I don't want to put glue too much on that side, but I do want to put it on my stem. And I also noticed I have a little piece. Let me poke that out. Where's my pokey tool? Here it is. Poke that little piece out. Do you see what I'm saying? Actually, I see two of them now. Let me grab a hold of this. Poke that out and that little piece out. There we go. All right. And now put this on here. And now put my nice little flower on it. I can pick it up by this side, oops, because I don't have glue over there. And yeah, I like that poking out. There we go. I mean, what I meant was that leaf on top of my little flower. Isn't that great? I just love that. So cute. Okay. Get those dobbies off of my glue. Glad I didn't throw that paper towel. I mean, not paper towel, that little washi thing. Okay, so now we're started. Now, let's do something that's going to go in here. And let's see, I think we were going to try, I wonder if that will fit in there. Oh, that does fit in there. But it could fall down, so I don't want it. I want to be able to pull it out. So because of that, I think what I'm going to do, so on this one, I had cut a tag. I stamped on it, okay, with the same stamp set, which is Charming Day. I stamped on it, okay. Then I cut these to be look like a tag. Then I punched a circle out, punched a hole in that circle, and put my yarn on it. So I don't want this to go down, but I want to be able to, I was trying to think. So I could write on here. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. You wouldn't have to, but I think I am. So I don't need much glue on there. I just need some so that I can, and I need to make sure I've got it going the correct direction. Okay. What I mean by that is it's facing up, because if you see these little dots going around there, I don't want the reverse side, which does look different than the top side with those little dots. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and punch my little hole. I told you these, and I want it to be as much in the center as I can. And if I look at it, I can see that it's pretty much in the center. Pop that. And now I've got a little hole to put my yarn in, or string, or whatever it is that I'm going to use. So then close it up. Close your little punch up. Okay. And I think I'm going to use this. This is a Baker's Twine 3-color pack. I'm not even sure if it's current. What I'm trying to get you to do is use what you have. And when you do buy something, buy basics. Like this is very basic. I could probably use this on every single card I ever make. Now that might get boring, but I still could do it. This doesn't say cowboys and Indians or flowers or Merry Christmas or Happy Birthday. It's just a shape. And so when you buy those shapes, I haven't even used this one. When you buy those shapes, you give yourself so many options, and they go beyond the current season. Okay, so that's kind of part of, if you will, the purpose of showing you this particular set and doing so much with old stuff. All right. My goodness, I'm already at 25 minutes, you guys. Let me poke that through there. Come on, you can go in there. Might have to use my pokey tool. Nah, I got it. Okay, fold it in half. Give myself an end and poke that in. Pull it out. And now I have a string up at the top, and I can poke that in here. Okay, and even if it were to go down fairly far, I can still grab that. All right, the next thing I want to do, I think I'm going to do something like this, but with this shape. So let's pull out, because I did not cut that, let's pull out the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and the plates that come with it. Pop that down. You've got plate 1, plate 2, and another plate 2. This plate 2 is my cut plate. I cut into that plate with the die all the time. I try not to cut into this one as much as I can, so that when this plate is just no longer usable, then I can make this my cut plate, buy myself a new 2 plate, and be good to go. All right, so this is my do not cut plate. This is my cut plate. I'm going to put that in there. And what color do I want of those colors that I showed you? You know what? I think I am going to go with, hello, the Secret Sea. I don't think I've put anything in here in Secret Sea yet, so hold on one sec. Let me cut this, and I'm going to cut it at 3 inches, I believe. Yeah, or maybe 2.5, something like that. And 2 3/4, whatever works. Cut that. Hello, cut. There we go. And now I can put my cardstock down, put my die on top of it. Okay, put my plate on there. Notice I angle the plate as it's going in, and then push it through. Once it's grabbed, you see how it's grabbing it now? Then, one thing, it's shifting, so I want to push that back just a little bit. There we go. Before it starts cutting. There we go. Start rolling that through. Then I grab the top and roll it on through. Okay. Yes, that cracking is all natural. It's supposed to do that. Maybe not supposed to, but it does it, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong. Okay. So there we go. I store the plates underneath of the die cutter, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. That is the mini. And I am now going to use this. And now the 1 inch is no longer available from Stampin' Up. It used to be, and it probably will come back at some point. The 1.5 is also no longer available, and I did not realize that until yesterday. But I'm going to go ahead and punch myself a circle, whatever size you want. Then I'm going to fold this thing in half. So just kind of give it a little bit of a pressure there. Match up those edges and burnish it. Okay, like that. And pop that on there. Now, I don't have to put a ribbon in it like I did here, or string or whatever. I don't have to. I could just put this on there for interest. And I'm going to do that and just glue this down. So Let's put glue on both sides. And I have a little extra there so I can smush them together, get glue on both sides, and put it back on. Just like that. And there we go. Okay, burnish it a little bit just so it stays down. If it pops up again, I don't have enough glue, but it doesn't look like it's gonna. I could even take this and put it on the bottom. Who knows? I don't know. I kind of like playing with it. Put that on there. You know what? I kind of like maybe, okay, this, do you see how there's the little edge around there? And on this side, it has the edge, but it comes to this side. That's what I mean about there's the top and there's the bottom. Okay, hopefully you can see that. I could put that. No, two of them is too. Oh, now that I like. Okay, so we're going to do that. I could stamp something on this, but right now I'm just doing that. Now this is one thing. Where's my book? I just had it a sec. Oh, here it is. This is one thing I can put in that little pocket. I probably will end up having something else in that pocket. Not yet, but at the moment I do. Okay. I've got a lot of decorating and I'm already at almost 32 minutes. So I am going to stop right there. I would like you to start by cutting out some things, some shapes, some colors. Choose your colors. What colors are you going to want? I will put something larger behind this, you know, something of that nature, so that that layering goes on. I won't do this because it goes in another book and it's not the right colors, but I will put something a little bit larger behind this. All that layering up gives more use to your book and gives you places to write or put photos or put tickets that you went to the concert or baby, you know, whatever it is. Okay, so we're going to stop right there. And besides, my sister is calling me for dinner. Have a good one. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you would, share the video. If you have not already subscribed, I would appreciate it if you would do that. And comment below. The question for today is, are you going to make one of these books? Are you going to challenge yourself and make a book similar to, it doesn't have to be exact, do whatever you want, but are you going to make a book, or are you just enjoying watching? Okay, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I love the colors that I chose this time, by the way. I think they are kind of fun. It could be masculine or feminine. It could be, you know, a little boy. It could be just about anything. Whereas this one feels a little more feminine, even though this one has the same flower. Okay. All right, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something new. Have a good one, and I will see you next time.